Movie analysis, Inside Out by Mario Lopez. Part 1. Defining nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is defined as communication without words. It includes gestures, facial expressions, tone of voice, body language, and more. Kinesics is the interpretation of a body communication such as facial expressions and gestures. Haptics refers to the use of touch as a form of nonverbal communication, conveying emotion, intentions, and social connections through physical contact. Overview of Inside Out. Inside Out explores the inner workings of Riley's mind where her emotions are personified. The scene I selected shows how nonverbal cues reflect and influence Riley's emotional state and interactions. Part 2. Describe specifically the example or scene you will focus your analysis on and how the concepts from the textbook apply to the movie scene. The scene shows Riley from Disney Pixar's Inside Out with a mischievous expression interacting with a tall house of cards built on a round table showing playfulness or a challenge. This scenario is full of nonverbal communication. Riley's facial expression directly conveys her emotions and intentions, while her posture and gaze would further communicate her engagement with the delicate structure.
Ever wonder why you feel the way you do? Well, get to know your emotions. When things go wrong, anger is there. This is anger. He will make sure the world knows anger is in control. But what you really need to watch out for is when he's out of control. Get to know all your emotions with Disney Pixar's Inside Out.
Part 3. Analyze or explain how the concept applies to the content of the clip. In the scene where Riley's card house collapses, nonverbal communications is evident through her body language and facial expressions, which convey her frustration and sadness. This movie illustrates nonverbal communication by showing how Riley's emotions are expressed through her actions rather than words, clarifying that nonverbal cues are a significant part of how we communicate our feelings. This example helps interpret the term and demonstrating that nonverbal cues like body language can reveal underlying emotions and reactions even when words are not used. Explain why this is a useful concept to understand in the workplace. In the context of Riley's card house collapsing, her nonverbal cues like slumped posture, furrowed brow, and perhaps even a sigh communicate her disappointment and frustration. In a work setting, these types of cues can be signal emotions like disagreement or concern, stress or overwhelm. Setting these types of cues can signal emotions, disagreement or concern, and stress or overwhelm, engagement or enthusiasm. By paying attention to these nonverbal signals, you can better understand team dynamics, offer support when needed, and hold stronger working relationships. Part 4. Reflecting on how the media clarifies this concept for audiences. In what ways does this scene help you recognize the way interpersonal communications are shaped? This is how I believe it helps us recognize how interpersonal communications are shaped. Visual storytelling. Movies use visual cues to tell stories, and often they are nonverbal. When we see Riley's shoulders droop or her face fall as the house card tumbles, we instantly understand her feelings without her having to say a word. This demonstrates how powerful visual nonverbal cues are in conveying emotion. Relatability. Many people have experienced the frustration of something they worked hard on falling apart. This scene shows that shared human experience, making the abstract concept of nonverbal communication very concrete and relatable. Emotional intelligence development. By watching characters express themselves nonverbally, audiences, especially younger ones, learn to recognize and interpret these cues in others. This scene shows that communication isn't just about words. It's also about how we hold ourselves, our facial expressions, and our overall demeanor. The scene clarifies the concept by showing us that rather than just telling us, making the impact of nonverbal communication on our understanding of others crystal clear.